is always different for me, but I tend to think in the macro sense, and then I move it all the way down to the micro. So for instance, I'll just take my play Skeleton Crew for an example. You know, I knew I wanted to write about the auto industry. I was like, oh, a factory on stage, that would be dope, you know? And then I gotta kind of, and you know, because I want to deal with the foreclosure crisis in my city and the joblessness and the ways in which, you know, factories were closing, and I have so many family members that worked in those factories. So then I go, I know that's the big thing. And then I start going down, down, down. So like, okay, so what do I want? I want to set at a factory. I know that I want a factory on stage. Who do I want? Go down, down, down some more. Oh, whose bodies do I think this story lives on? You know, like a factory story could live on. I definitely want to see like that OG factory mama, same gender loving Black woman we don't see. That old school OG, like the women I see from the MTA in New York when I'm riding the subway. I want to see that woman on stage. I know that. And then I go, you know, I want to do with a pregnant woman, because I know these women work the line until they're about to pop. That has to be scary. Like that to me, when I'm thinking of like the fragility of workers, like I want to see a pregnant woman. That's how fragile worker can you be? You know, I also want to see like some dudes, you know, like I just start going small, small, small. Until I get to the people, you know, and the story comes to me. Like okay, these are the people I want to tell it on. These are the bodies that I think. So how do these bodies interact? Like, oh, okay, there's the worker matriarch, and then there's the pregnant worker, and there's a guy, he gonna have a crush on her because shit like that always happens. And then you know, so I just start thinking of that kind of stuff, and I go, and then there's another guy. Somebody's gotta be on the other side of the line, you know. And so I go, oh, I think I gotta find somebody from like the management side, like who's a middle manager, somebody that's like stressed out about, you know, like I know I want to tell a story of and I didn't necessarily know I want to tell a story of a factory closing, you know. So, I go, these are the people that these characters start coming to me, and then I read books about the world because I've never worked in a factory. So, what the hell am I writing? So, you know, so I start reading these books about factories, you know, and I read a book about a factory closing, and I'm like, this factory's gonna close. Like it comes to me the more I research. I'm like, yeah, a factory closing, not a factory that's just in the city that we need to be closing. My plot is coming from this stuff. You hear what I'm saying? You know, and so by the time I get to like, all right, so I'm gonna write this. I got this matriarch, I got a pregnant girl, I got this dude, and the factory's closing. Oh, I need somebody on the other side of the line, you know? And like they like, okay, now I got a mix of people. I got on this side of the line, on that side of the line about a factory closing. Boom, I'm ready to start talking about like what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen when we got these workers on opposite sides of the company interest on a factory that's closing. And that I began to play.